Hey guys, and welcome back to G Can't Play. Coming to you with a new strategy this week. We're going to do the opposite of one of the classics today. So we've done it in the past. I got a video of the 3-point molly. Today we're going to do the 3-point dolly, which is same system, but we're playing the dark side this time. So we're going to do table minimums, which is $10. And then we're going to play max odds as well to really try and take advantage of those sevens coming. So the way it works is you start with $10 on the don't pass, then you establish a point. Let's just say it's the 5. You put max odds on the don't pass, which should be, I believe, around $60, but we'll see when we start getting into it. And then you place a don't come bet, $10. That'll go up to a number, let's just say the 9. You lay max odds on that one. Then you place one more don't come. Let's just say that goes on the 6, max odds. And then you're just rolling until you see the 7 is what you want. You can, if you do lose a number, let's say you've got it on the 8 and the 8 comes, you may want to replace it with another don't come, always have those 3 points. Or you might just want to just keep rolling, just leave it as it is until the 7 comes. There's benefits and negatives to both systems. Obviously, the benefit is if you've got another bet out there, if the 7 does come, it's a bit more money you're getting back to make up for the loss. The downside is if you keep putting it up and it keeps hitting the 8, then you're going to keep losing more and more money. So it's really up to you. I think we're going to start by just rolling out to the 7 and not replacing. But we might change that later in the video just to see both ways. Okay, so let's jump in and let's see how we do. So worst way to start, 7. You've got a 7 on the don't pass. That is a loser. 7 and 11 losers. 2 and 3 wins on the don't pass. And the opposite is the case for the pass line. So not a good start for us. Down $10 straight away. But there we go. We got that money back. So back to break even. And let's see if we can establish a point. Okay, let's see. No, we're going to lose the money again. Shaky start. We like 7s, we just don't like them while the puck is off. Also, you obviously want to get the first 2 rolls out because if you've got the 7 comes while you're on the don't, that's also a loser, so we don't want to see that. But it is offset by the don't pass, so you don't lose, but you're not winning. Another 7. Terrible start for us. If we were playing the 3-point molly, we wouldn't mind. We would have been up a little bit. Okay, finally, we're there. So let's see what it allows us to play here. Okay, 45. And that's because it's 3 times odds on this table. Some tables are 3, 4, 5, and it lets you play more. This is just 3 time odds, so 45 maximum, and odds pay 1 to 2, so we'll get half of that back. Okay, first don't come. So now you see if a 7 does come, these 2 cancel each other out, so that'll lose, that'll win, and then we'll get a little bit of money there, so we'll be up overall. We don't want to see another 9. And that's exactly what we saw. Okay, so this has been about as bad a start as you can imagine. We're going to go again. Pop max odds on there. We will keep going. If a 7 does come, we do win. 2, made a little bit back, but as you can see, we're down $65 overall now. Okay, there we go, out on the 10. Let's get those odds up on the don't pass. Okay, so it lets us place more on the 10. So we can put $60 out there. And once again, a repeater. So this is basically one of the worst situations you can get for this strategy. Repeaters, because obviously repeaters mean points being hit. And that means our don't pass is losing. So yeah, a bit of a shaky start. Out on the 6. So let's see what the odds are here. It might just be 2 times odds on this one. No, let's just get to 36. Okay, so now we want to see a 7. We're 12 rolls in. Perfect. And let's see what that does for our bankroll. So even though it was a shaky start, we're actually only $5 down because of the odds and those points being hit. And if we disregard everything beyond here, that's basically the perfect what we want. As soon as the point is hit and we've got our 2 bets up, so that's all 3 in place, we want to see that 7. So yeah, a bit shaky as you can see here. If you look, 10 down, back to even, down 10, down 20, we lost 55, a little bit back, lost 70. But then when it goes well, you get a big chunk of that back, and we're not actually too bad off at the end of it, only down $5. So not too bad. You can sort of ride out some shaky moments. But there we go. Once again, the repeaters continue, which is costing us. That's what, the 3rd repeater. It's not like the points getting hit after a few rolls. It's actually repeaters. Look, 6, 6, 10, 10, 9, 9, 7, 7. And something you might want to think if you're playing out in the real world with your actual money. Another loser for us there with the 11. You've got a board like this with lots of repeaters, then obviously you may want to look at swapping over to the pass line, hitting those points. We're obviously going to stick with this one because we're testing out the strategy, but in the real world, you want to take notice of how the board is, how the table's playing. There's another 6, that's bad for us. Taking away the money we had out there. I don't think you get much worse of a start than we have on this one. Obviously, we could have hit the 8 and 9 when we had those odds up and taken those away. That would have been much worse. But bar that happening, we've had a pretty shocking go at it. Okay, so we've got all our points up. We want to see a 7 now. That's what we're looking for. Roll number 8. Perfect time for a 7. No, there's the 9. We want to avoid the 8 and the 10. Well, 6, 8, and 10, so there's 3 numbers we want to avoid. We don't mind any other number coming. And we obviously want to see that 7 sooner rather than later. There's the points. That took that away. And we will continue on. Every time the point comes off, I will put the don't pass back in. You could just not play that anymore and just wait for these to either be taken off or win. And then reset. So not adding any more until the 7 comes. Okay, that's an up and down one. So we did lose a little bit there, but we did get that back. So we made 70. But we are down $70 overall. But if we get one smooth roll through now, I think we end up in the positive. So you can ride this one a little bit if you've got the bankroll. We're only on our 2nd shooter, so seems like we'll be going for a while, but we are not through many shooters, and that shows the SRR is quite low, but once the point is on, it's, you know, if we're not taking into consideration the point, averaging 9 rolls across the 2, and that's obviously going up a couple of decent rolls. Okay, so we've got everything out now. Roll 14, it is about time for a 7. We're well past the average. And on this one, we want to avoid the 5, the 8, and the 9. Any other number doesn't matter, and we really want to see that 7. There we go. Okay, so it's 120 win. And as you can see, After that rocky start, take that one down. We're up about $50 at this point. So if you can just ride out a couple of those rocky ones and you get a good little run of plays out there, you can get into that positive fairly quickly. On the alternative, it could just keep going bad for you. We could just keep hitting points. It could get long rolls. Could happen. Could hit the numbers that we're betting against. You know, we can get eights. Eight's a very common number, so it's not uncommon to get several eights in a single roll. Okay, all the numbers up. Now the perfect time for a 7 for us. That would really get us ahead. There's the 9, so we're going to lose that. So what I think we will do is we will play another one. We'll keep those 3 points because it is 3-point dolly. So we're going to make it so we've all got 3 points out there. These are probably the worst ones you can have because odds of numbers hitting, the 7 is the most likely to hit. Second most likely are the 6 and the 8. So we do prefer to see the 4 and the 10 as our numbers as it gives us a better chance. But there we go. And this is the downside to continuing to replace. Is you can just, there we go, we've chopped through $100 already. There we go, there's the 8, that one's gone. And yeah, this is where it can really start eating up your bankroll, you know, losing $50 at a time. And there we go, we lost the point. So this is basically, this is worst case scenario. This is what we don't want to see, is our numbers that we've bet against continually hitting, points getting hit. As you can see very quickly, we're down $150. Get a little bit of it back, but we did lose that one there. So we got 70 of it back, but we're back in the negative again. So, and look at this, look at all this red. That's what we don't want to see. Okay, what we want to see is the perfect 4 rolls. Point established, 2 bets, so 1, 2, 3, and then a 7. That's the perfect situation for us. Okay, out on the 5, that was a 3, 2, 5. Let's get one more out there. We're only on shooter number 3 at this point. We're up to roll number 13 here. They've all been pretty long rolls. Okay, we've got our 3 points out there. Now we want to see a 7. If a 7 came now, no, we hit the point. Okay. Let's get this back on. We don't mind a 7 here, but we'd prefer not to lose the extra $10, but that's okay. It gets cancelled out there. And we were actually a little bit in the positive for that. I know it says minus 108 on the shooter, but on the point we were at 1415 and now we're at 1439. So that was a positive run for us, that little section. This is what we don't want to see. We've had this happen a lot to us, a lot of 7s while the puck is off. That has really punished us. We've probably lost $50 odd at least that way. And the punishment continues, 3 7s in a row. I do see that a lot. I think I've mentioned it before in other videos. I do see that a lot on Crapsy, the 3 7s in a row. It's a very common occurrence. There we go, a little bit of it back. Only number we haven't hit so far is 12. Come on, let's get the point established. Let's get a perfect run. Let's get the 2 don't comes out there and then a 7. You can play this without odds if you want as well. If you've got a smaller bankroll, you don't need to play the odds. Okay, we lose that one, but we did make $30 overall on that, so not too bad. We're slowly scraping our way back up. As I was saying, yeah, you can, if you don't want to play odds, there's another 7 taking away from us again. That gets frustrating after a while. Yeah, don't have to play the odds. It's a way of making some more money on a limited system. I say limited in the fact that you don't build on any of the numbers. You can't reinvest into these ones. Okay, there's another $30. Are we going to get any points out? We're going through shooters now. To shooter number 5. Okay, let's see if we can get a point established this time. 3, that's good. We get paid there. We like that. We don't mind the 3s and the 2s, a little extra. Make up for those 7s while the point is off. Okay, got out on the 5 again, 325. Get those odds up. Let's get one more point established, and then let's see a 7 after that. 9, happy with that. Got the sister numbers there, the 5 and the 9. Okay, and now let's give us a 7. Perfect. Okay, so that's what we want to see. That is the run for us, $120. And look at that. You know, we've had some pretty bad runs, a lot of negatives here. This little session here where we lost 200. And there's only been 3 times we've made the maximum. But we are actually up $100 now, 1609. So what we're going to do is we'll run through this one more time. And then let's see where we end up. Normally we go through about 10 shooters. But we've had some pretty long rolls on this one. Don't mind the point being a 5. Let's see if we can get the good run on this one. Wouldn't even mind a 7 here, because even if we lost that one, we'd still be making decent money. We do like to see it up on the 4. And now we really want to see that 7. Give us another perfect. Let's see it. Oh, the 4 got taken away. Not often you see a repeat of 4. That hurts us, but we'll take it on the chin. There's the 7. We lost the 10 there, but we'll make some money here. And that was even run for us. So let's go one more. Didn't win, didn't lose. Okay, we're happy with that. Point on the 10. Less likely for that to hit, although we did just get a repeat of 4 on the other side. I'd love for this to go on the 4 or a 9. Yep, happy with the 9. Let's get that up. One more point. 6, it's okay. And then let's see a 7. Give us that 7 now, please. Roll number 4. No, the 9 has taken that away from us. It's okay. 55 disappeared. Get that other point established. 10, okay, it's taken away from us. Doesn't like us there. Those odds back up. So it looks like we are going to end this session in the negative. I went one too far, as you sometimes can do. Just go one extra roll, trying to make that extra money. But I think it's been a decent showing of how the system works. 7, lovely. That saved us, I think. And there we go. Okay, so that was 3-point dolly, the opposite of the 3-point molly. The way it works is you want to establish 3 points on the dark side. So you start with a don't pass. In this one, I played max odds just to give me more chance to make some more money. $120 there on a $10 minimum. So yeah, don't pass. Wait for the point to be established. 2 don't comes. I laid max odds on both, but it's really up to you. You can play no odds, you can play even odds, anything you want there. It's really up to you how much bankroll and how much you want to risk. The way I played it is if the point got hit or one of the numbers that we had bet against got hit, I replaced it and the don't come, or redid the don't pass while the puck is off. But once again, that's up to you. If you want to, you can just leave it until the 7 comes and then start again, just take the loss. But it turned out okay. We had, I think it was a pretty rocky run. It seemed very negative. We seemed to lose a lot of 7s while the puck was off, a lot of points hit, especially early on. But we did come out up $100. So I think it's a pretty good system. I mean, it is one of the classics, or the opposite of the classic 3-point molly. And it's a nice way to play. I think you can play for a long time if you just want to sit at the table and grind. You're not going to create opportunity and make big money, but yeah, it's one that you can sit at the table for a while and grind out if you've got a decent bankroll and a little bit of fun. So yeah, I recommend. I like it. 3-point dolly. So thanks for checking that out, guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Catch you later.